Aaron Gordon, and you're listening to the 3-Point Conversion.
You guys had 68 points in the paint on Friday against Orlando. What were you guys doing so effectively in that area in terms of converting around the rim that I'm assuming you want to see again tonight against this Pelicans team?
Yeah, I thought we converted. I think our bigs did a good job sealing down there. I think our bigs deserve a lot of credit to open up some of those lanes for our guards. The pace was there. We got some stuff early in transition. So I think we did a good job cutting, finding the pocket to our bigs, then our guards finishing, a little bit of all that. So we got to win the paint again tonight.
Thank you.
Will?
JB, when we talked the other day, you said that you really had a desire for this group to show a level of progression. Where do you think your team's greatest area of progression or greatest areas of progression have come from?
Just consistency overall. I think that's the biggest thing is, playing closer to the highest level as possible for 48 minutes. And that's not easy to do in this league, especially for a young group. Can you bring the same effort for 48 minutes? That's the biggest thing. It's not an X's and O's thing. It's an effort, focus, attention to detail thing. It has nothing to do with X's and O's. It's just the mentality of playing the right way for 48 minutes, playing with the right effort for 48 minutes, playing with the right focus for 48 minutes. That's the holy grail right there. So the teams that do that more consistently are the teams that typically win in this league.
Where would you like to get before you play your last basketball game this year?
What's that?
Oh, excuse me. Where would you like to get as far as just from a more superficial type thing as far as that goes before you play your last basketball game this year?
What would you like to get more of?
Yes.
I think I said, just become more a consistent team, overall. I'd like to become, hopefully a healthier team. And I think that's going to be important for us. But no matter what, we got to be consistent on the defensive end. We got to be committed to the defensive end. That's how we're going to get this thing done. That's how we'll be our best. We're best offensively when we defend. We're best offensively when we defend and rebound and box out and run and play with pace. The ball moves more for some reason. When we get stopped, when we get out and we run, the ball tends to move better. Our spacing is better. It all comes out of that, built out of our defensive effort and our focus.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Jacob?
Hey, Coach. I know this Pelicans team looks a lot different than when you played them early in the year. Looking at Lonzo specifically, I know he's had kind of a breakout year. How different has his game, or does his game look from when you played him early in the year to preparing for today?
Well, he's making shots. He's making shots. He can make plays. He's a heck of a basketball player. He can make plays for his teammates. He's a heck of a passer. He can defend. He's a two-way guy. He's doing a great job on the ball right now defensively for them. He can rebound it. He and Mel share that trait a lot, where they can rebound and run and play with pace. The bottom line is when Lonzo's making shots, he's a problem. So, and he's been doing that recently. So he's got our full attention. I know he's got Melo's full attention. So we got to do a good job tonight on him and making sure we don't let him get going in transition, and we don't let him get going at the three-point line as well.
Richard?
Richard Walker, CarolinaSportsHub.com. You've talked a lot lately about players given opportunities to step up. PJ Washington has been a real effective offensive scorer lately. Is that something you've pushed, or has he had more opportunities and he's taken advantage of them?
It's both. He's got more opportunity right now. We need him. His usage will be up. His touches will be up. Playing at both the 4 and the 5, we're going to need him, especially without Miles and Devontae and Gordon and, a number of guys. So we're going to need his offensive production, shooting the ball, making shots, but also playmaking for us. So we've had conversations. He understands we need him right now, and he's stepping up. I think he's played extremely well.
And a follow-up on that, he has shot extraordinarily good on three-point shots lately. Is that something you've seen in practice? Because he's had some games where he's really done well from a three-point line, and that really seems to open up your offense and certainly his game.
Sure. we don't practice, but, when he gets his shots, in his pregame or in his shoot around shooting, he's getting his work in, and he's shooting with a lot of confidence right now and less hesitation. There's no hesitation in him right now. He's just letting that thing fly. And I want him to play with freedom. There's opportunity to drive it as well at times, but in general, he's done a very good job being decisive in shooting the ball. And I think that's very good for his psyche. He shoots it with much more confidence when he just lets it fly and he doesn't second guess himself.
Danny,
JB, Danny Thompson with the 3-point conversion. LaMelo has been driving to the lane lately, but he also has that ability to shoot and pass. With Terry and PJ being the really consistent scorers on the floor, not knowing if Malik's playing tonight, how do you balance him being a playmaker, but also making sure that he's staying aggressive to be that second or third scorer that you need in a game like this tonight?
Sure. The message is make the right play. Make the right play. He knows what the right play is. I mean, if the play calls for him to shoot the ball, get to the rim and finish, get to the rim and finish. If the play calls for him to shoot the ball from the perimeter, shoot the ball. If he gets downhill and he sees two bodies, it's not very tricky. Pass the ball, move it. So that decision-making is all I'm looking for. I don't go into the game saying, I need you to score X, Y, X amount of points and you got to get X amount of shots. That's not the deal. We play basketball. We demand and we teach, make the right play. And sometimes that's for a teammate and sometimes that's for yourself. And we've gotten better in that area. I'm really proud of our group that our decision-making has really grown from last year to this year. Decision-making, that's all this game comes down to. We do our best to space the floor and put them in positions to succeed, but nobody's out here running tricky plays, producing some amazing offense. It really just comes down to read, spacing, and decision-making. And that's what we do. That's what we do here. And I think our guys have done a very good job of that this season.